guys, today I'm going to talk about Preachers of Atlanta episode 6. I had to think about it. No notes, so we're just going to talk about it. It only had 3 different storylines on this episode, and we could talk about Pastor Judah first. I don't want to go step by step, but his storyline was, he's about preaching about love and every unity and everybody being accepted regardless of what religion you are, what walks of life you come from. Everybody's accepted. God is love. That's his whole passion. And it really kind of messed him up, when he was younger and his dad came out and all that kind of stuff. I'm really finna hurt my son because I think he's doing that on purpose. Hey, little boy, calm down. So he ended up going to talk to his father first, and they were talking about the church and all the things that his dad had to endure. So he was saying how he was going to go and visit his cousin. That kind of happened. I don't know what happened with his cousin, but I know what happened with his daddy and how his daddy lost his church. But he never really said what happened with the cousin. He just kept saying that he had 10,000 members, and then it had an article of his cousin stepping down, but it never really said why. So if you know, let me know. Yep, I'm being nosy. I want to know. But so he ended up going to see his mom. He ended up going to see the cousin. And they were talking about the church and all that kind of stuff, and how it had affected both of them. And then the cousin invited him to the church to sing at the church, and he was like, okay, I'm bringing some hip hop to the church, okay. So then he went to talk to his mom, and they were his mom was asking him, did he feel some kind of way, back, when everything went down, and he did. And he was affected. He was very affected by the decision. Apparently, a young man had committed suicide in a church, and at that time, he thought that the guy did the right thing by committing suicide because of all of the stuff he was dealing with and going through and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, wow, like his story really touched me because when it comes to the Christian life, I promise it be so hard because I know I might offend a lot of people, but I just speak from my truth. But I do feel like it's so much judgment in the Christian church, and that's why a lot of people stray away from the church. I know that's one of the reasons why I left my church home is because of that reason of always being judged, especially when people didn't even get the time, take the time out to ask me the damn question. They just judging me on what they think, and I was just like, I don't have time for this because the way my mind is set up, I'd be in jail. I don't give a damn church and all. I pop off. So it was either, and then I didn't want to teach my kids that. I did not want to teach my kids because it was so much separation in the church and it wasn't about love and unity. So I was quick to take my kids away from that damn situation. And a lot of people say, oh, it's not, you just have to find a different church home. I did that and it was still the same thing. So I'd rather read the Bible for myself, teach my kids the right way, and love everybody regardless of gay, straight, or indifferent, whatever. As long as they treat me nice, I treat them nice. That's how I look at it. So all you Bible thumpers, please get out my goddamn comments because I will go there when it comes to me and my beliefs and the way I'm going to raise my kids believing in God. So, oops. He ended up going to do a little rap at his cousin's church. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. Maybe it was the editing. And then he even just spoke to the church about loving and everybody loving each other regardless of where you're from. And he got a good reception from the church with that. Okay, now let's talk about Pastor, I ain't calling her Pastor, Leandria and her whole ministry. Did y'all see TC up in here? Oh, if y'all don't know who TC is, he writes for everybody, like Tamar. He just writes for a lot of celebrities and stuff like that, and I remember him singing at the Blackout last year. But yeah, so she had this meeting with everybody at, I guess, what's his name, Rob? I don't know his name. He irritated the hell out of me. But she ended up having a house meeting with all the people that, help her with her ministry or whatever. And she was telling them all what she wanted, and they talked about the man that they helped and stuff like that. So that was cool. Then, come to find out, he was back in the hospital, but now he's doing better, so that was cool. And then the next segment, Rob ended up going to, I guess, the church when she was getting ready, and tells her he want all them people out the house. They don't pay no bills. They don't do this. They don't do that. And she was like, that's not what we about. I remember before Sunday's Best, I was homeless, so that's not what we about. We're about teaching love and unity, and these people are here helping me go minister in the street. So she has a problem with that. And he just like fed up. And I'm sitting over there like, who house is this? Is it her house and he lives there? Did she get the house for him to live in? She said that she paid the bills in the house, or she gives him money to pay the bills. I don't know what's going on with that whole situation, but I just know, I just kept looking. When he finally went to the house and he said he was fed up and he was putting everybody out, I thought he was joking, because I'm sitting there like, it's late at night. And then when he went in there, and the way he went in there, he called a house meeting. He was like, you, I want y'all out. So I'm like, I'm getting punked. They getting punked. Somebody got to be getting punked, because the way that happened, it just seemed so fake and phony. And I was just like, am I missing some shit? Like, I don't care. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care how much church I am, how much church my homeboys is. I'm just saying, if he would have reacted to me and my friends like that, the cops would have been called. First of all, it just seems so fake that he say, all y'all get out, and then he went and grabbed like one bag, threw it out the room, threw some shoes down the stairs, and then pushed the girl out, like physically put his hands on the girl and pushed her out. And nobody popped him. Nobody popped him. No police was called. They goes out on the porch and call Leandria for her to come over there. But I'm like, that wouldn't have just went down like that. All of the Compton would have came out of me. I promise y'all it would have. Every stereotype bad that y'all would have thought that came from Compton would have probably came out of me that night. I'm telling you, the Compton police would have been called, the LA sheriff would have been called, the Bellflower police, I'm just all the inner cities, around the cities police, I'm just saying the marshals, the what's them damn people, the army people that be, the National Guards, I'm telling y'all, because I would, God himself would have to come and calm me down, because it wouldn't have happened like that. He would have got stumped out like Cat Williams did on that stage with Benny Siegel people. I'm just saying, it just wouldn't have happened that way. So I just kept saying, this got to be fake. So when she came, he still like, I don't care, whatever. And she just was like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Really? And then you didn't even take them people nowhere? You didn't go put them in a hotel? No, nothing. Because when she met with her husband and explained it to him or whatever, and he asked her, like, where they at? She said, I don't know. So I'm like, so you left them homeless that night? Like, it just seemed fake to me. But her husband ended up getting a meeting with her and old boy, and they squashed everything. He said he called everybody, but I'm like, okay, if you called everybody, why they ain't not back in the house then? I just didn't get that. So that was that whole situation with them. I just was so disturbed the way he acted and how nobody popped him. Sorry, my son is in my room. Then the last story was Kyle from Jagged Edge and his girl, Canton Jones, and Pastor Kim. Oh, and Bishop Eddie Long's son. So it started with them all in the studio, and well, Kyle and Bishop Eddie Long's son and Canton and another guy was in the studio, and they were writing this song, and I thought that I'm Still Here song, I think that's the name of it. I like that. I just really, really like that. But I looked at this whole situation like, that's how I looked at that. is going to have to see God come down and say he's been delivered of hitting women. I'm sorry. I'm just not that forgiving of accepting this man just because he's saying, oh, I'm so sorry. His wife saying, oh, he never did this before. Okay, he might have never done that before, but boo-boo, I'm not going to get back with a man and let him do it again. And I know it's women out there, but it just be so hard for me to watch this and be cool with it. So, oh, let's pray for him and he's going to change his ways. Oh, let him cry and get some tears and he's delivered. You motherfuckers still ain't delivered Chris Brown from beating up Rihanna I don't know how many fucking years ago. But it's okay for him to be delivered and prayed for and forgiven? I don't fucking think so. This man actually put the ring down his wife's throat within the girlfriend. She had to have multiple surgeries. I cannot just forgive him like that. I don't give a damn if he went and talked to Pastor Kim and they tried to play the pity party on her of her having a previous domestic violence case with her ex-husband, so they figured she would be the best person to talk to, and that's not how I was feeling. I kept on just side-eyeing this shit like, you got a good song? That's it. I told y'all, God gonna have to come down, tap me on my shoulder and say, you know what, he was wrong, he ain't gonna do it no more. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, God, I believe you because I sure don't believe him. I'm just saying, there is no way I can this just happened. This didn't happen a long time ago like Chris Brown and Rihanna. This just happened. So I'm not, and then it seemed like they've been on every fucking thing since it happened. They've been on talk shows, now they on here. Bitch, you didn't even, no. You didn't even separate from him and get yourself together. No. Sorry. I don't even give a fuck what he said. I don't care about him crying. I don't care about her praying with them. That's just my honest ass opinion. I cannot sit there and forgive a man and look at him differently when he just did this 6 months to a year ago. No, not gonna happen. I have a problem with men putting their hands on women. I'm just saying, let it been me. His mama would already have to have his funeral clothes, because bitch, as soon as he go to sleep, he won't wake up. Told you, the Compton will come out of me real quick. Anyway, that's my review for Pictures of Atlanta, episode 6. Y'all tell me what y'all thought. Make sure you guys checking out my cousin Mike B, 801 or Mike B. Type it in. I'm quite sure it will come up. But yeah, make sure you guys are supporting his Preachers of Atlanta just as well as mine. Rate, comment, subscribe on both of our channels. It's all about support, so support both of us. And I will talk to you in the next video. Peace.